What's going on, y'all? KM Best here. I was just investigating decks that looked pretty interesting for the tier list when I stumbled on one that climbed me up 80 SP. It's a fully invested Doctor Doom 2099 deck, and I think it's probably the right way to go all in on 2099 if that is something you're interested in doing. Let's take a look. This is the list that I am referring to. It's very all in on Doom 2099. It runs the appropriate cards to not be beaten by stuff like US Agent and the various Ajax decks that prey on Doom 2099. And if you wanted to go all in on Doom 2099, I think this is the best way. Decks that are not all in on Doom 2099, like Scream or Arishem, I think we've already covered those in detail, but it's probably worth talking about what it looks like when you actually build around him. Because I've been making a lot of comparisons between Wiccan and Anti-Venom and Doom 2099, it's worth taking a look at a deck like this, which was very successful for me, fully built around Doom 2099, the same way a Wiccan deck is built around Wiccan, or an Anti-Venom deck is built around Anti-Venom. And I think this deck performed a lot better than I thought it would, but a lot of that was down to the surprise cards in it. Very specifically, Legion was just an excellent piece of this deck in a way that he rarely is in other lists, because the deck is so good for compensating for what he can do. Because there are a fairly shocking amount of people playing Magic right now, Legion just ended up being an absolute cube thief for us when we played this list. One of the best cards in the deck, if not the best one. The rest of the deck was just very straightforward, very on rails, but the metagame is a little bit more sympathetic to stuff like this, as long as you are not purely queuing in to move bounce. You are not a deck that can reasonably deal with what that deck is able to output when it is able to output it, but you are a deck that can deal with a lot of other stuff and has very powerful high rolls that are not getting countered nearly as much as they were in the beginning of Doom 2099's release. The metagame sort of having a free week to just develop because Bruce Banner didn't make a dent at all has made it so we have a little bit more space to be a deck like this rather than everyone simply building to beat Doom 2099. Zabu is an excellent card when you don't have your 4-drops already in your hand. This deck is very light on early game. Zabu enabling you to have a 3-cost 4-drop is actually a shockingly important part of this deck. You have Zabu and Psylocke both effectively doing that. Just having the chance to do it is so good. I would probably run 2 Psylockes if I could, and probably run 2 Zabus if I could get away with it too, because just being able to put something on the board that can A, protect your Doom 2099 from Red Guardian, B, protect your Luke Cage from Red Guardian, and C, actually get stuff out there is a very useful card in this deck. Hydra Bob is good, but far from required here. This is a deck that is not able to use him to his fullest a lot of the time. When you are playing a Doom 2099 strategy, you are playing 1 card a turn. Hydra Bob is best in decks that like him early and late. We are a deck that only likes him early. Very replaceable card. Disruptive 1-drop like Spider-Ham or Iceman will do fine here. You definitely don't need to worry about the ability to play this deck if you're missing this guy. I've been pretty vocal in disliking Psylocke stuff, but I do think it's worth talking about why. Typically, the reason is you're hyper investing in something that is not going to be worth it. It's almost never worth doing this in the first week or so a new card comes out, because everyone is focused on that new card and is playing stuff that is good into that new card. And so you're ramping out a card that sucks into most of the stuff that you're playing against. This has sort of changed over time. Because Bruce Banner did nothing, the metagame has been able to move and breathe and grow, and people are playing all sorts of things rather than just things that are good into Doom 2099. This means that Psylocke into Doom 2099 is a better play than it was previously. Bluntly, there is no way that Penny Parker is the right card here. I just have no better ideas for what it's supposed to be. I had Super Skrull, who was just awful, just not really good at all. And so I took Super Skrull out for a card that I'd rather curve out, and that was Red Guardian, who was fine. And then eventually I was just like, no, what I really want is just a 2-drop and then a 3-drop. And I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll play Penny. She's a 2-drop and then a 3-drop. It's almost never going to actually be relevant, the energy you get. but literally just you have hands in this game where your whole hand is just like, 3 4 drops, 2 6 drops, and a 5. And it's like, well, in those situations, I'll take any card that lets me play cards on turns 2 and turn 3. That's just as straightforward as it gets for me. And so that's what Penny's doing in here. I think she can be any number of different cards. We obviously had Super Skrull in here, could be that. We had Red Guardian, could be that. You could try Kate Bishop, could be that. You could try Cable, could be that. You could try Jeff, could be that. Tons of options here. I have a sort of notable deck building bias towards things that let me play normal games of Snap. And I think that's part of why I'm so high on Penny and why I'm willing to make plays like this and decisions like this this is just a card that lets you play a game and get to your incredibly powerful late game without your opponents being like, oh, he doesn't have shit, I'm going to snap him. And I think that's pretty valuable. You get absolutely demolished by Ajax and US Agent if you do not run Luke Cage. Luke Cage is the most important thing in that matchup by an incredible amount, because that deck just doesn't have points if you are able to stop its affliction from mattering. It almost barely matters the rest of what you do. Luke Cage wins that matchup, and nothing else really matters. He's that important to the matchup. Doom 2099 is an excellently strong card. He's very big, he's very strong, and now that people aren't hard targeting it, he's going to be a little bit easier to win with. But he does come with some really stark bad matchups. And you can Luke Cage to get through the Ajax one. That's fine. But it's very, very difficult to overcome the move bounce matchup. I would argue nearly impossible. It's just not the kind of thing I feel like I'm capable of doing. Even if I were to replace Legion with Sandman, it's like, well, okay, but Legion was amazing for us, and Sandman would have to be really good to make that even close to an even trade. And I honestly don't think it would do what it needs to do in that matchup. It just is going to be bad. That's just something you're going to have to opt into, is like, look, if you run into move bounce and they have the slightest clue what they're doing, they're going to be bigger than you. And move bounce has even been adapting a little bit. They've been including more US agents and stuff, which is actually something that, like, you can try to flip back on them if they're counting on the US agent working. A Luke Cage late in the game can be really useful. But a lot of the time, they're just going to be like, here is a dagger, it's 24 power. Here is a vulture, it's 27 power. The game is over. And they're right, the game is over when they do that. Your deck is too built around accelerating 4-drops to not run Galacta. She is nowhere near as good as Doom 2099 is to get out on turn 3 or turn 4. You should always prioritize Doom 2099 unless you are in exceptional circumstances. However, she is pretty good. Doom 2099 early is more points, obviously, but Galacta is no slouch if you get her out there very early. She's an extremely useful card and a very, very powerful threat. She will get about 15 points of value if you get her out there on turn 3. That's good. It's not Doom 2099 good, but it's still quite strong. Iron Lad is your YOLO card, and there's less amazing hits in this deck than you'd think, but even stuff like, Vision as a reasonable hit, Dr. Doom as a reasonable hit, Doom 2099 as a reasonable hit, Galacta as a reasonable hit. The one thing that you'll notice with Iron Lad is that the worse your starts are, the worse he is, because almost all of your bad starts are like 5 expensive cards in hand, and those are all the cards you want to hit with Iron Lad. When you're having a normal to decent start, this guy can be a really strong card, digging one deeper into the deck for powerful effects that you need to have on the board, like Galacta and Doom 2099. I cannot say enough good things about Legion. I really can't. We probably won more cubes off of Legion than any other card in the entire deck. People aren't expecting this card out of this list right now, and it is absolutely a stunner when it happens. This is a phenomenally strong card in a world where people are still trying magic stuff. This is an unbelievably strong card in a world where locations are impactful. The card did a lot of work for me. That's not a guarantee, because a lot of when Legion does work is up to randomness. It's up to matching up against people who are expecting there to be a turn 7, to matching up against people when there's a Nexus on the board, and to exploiting that kind of stuff. This deck is very good at being a Legion deck. He's typically at his best in decks that can compensate for his relatively mediocre stat line, and this deck can compensate not just with Galacta and Doom 2099, but also with the big 6-drops that we have. He is in a good spot here, and I think part of what makes me like this deck so much, honestly, is that it reminds me of that very fair mid-range deck that I covered maybe a month or two ago, where it's just like a bunch of fair good cards, Iron Lad hitting Vision, except we also have this super strong nut draw of Doom 2099 stuff, and then we have this like backup interaction plan that Legion lets us access some of the time. We're a very good deck at dealing with some bad locations. Not only do we have Legion, we have Vision, we have Penny Parker, we have Doom 2099, we have Doom the Big Doom, we have Magneto. We're good at getting onto locations that are not supposed to be on, and on removing stuff from opponents' locations that they don't expect to happen. This is one of the sort of hidden strengths of the deck, in my opinion. It's a 5/8 of moves, baby! Vision's pretty slick. You can get an extra buff on it with Galacta. Playing it along after a Doom 2099 into Doom Big Doom is your pretty classic 4, 5, 6. That's really what a lot of this deck is built to do. Redistributing your power, preventing your Dooms from clogging up anything too meaningful. That is one of the roles that Hydra Bob has as well, where it's just like, I need this space. I need to know that I can put something here, because you need to have an extra space open if you want to play a Doom on the final turn of the game, which you very often do, because that's how you go tallest in all 3 locations. So that kind of stuff, being able to sort of protect you from your bad rolls, is one of the roles that Hydra Bob has, and it's also a role that Vision has. We're playing Doom 2099. I really can't think of a reason not to play Dr. Doom. When you play a Doom 2099 on turn 4, this guy represents 8 power. When you play a Doom 2099 on turn 3, this guy represents 9 power. And then you multiply that by 3, so we're looking at 24 to 27 power from a 6-drop. It's pretty good. Magneto is almost always going to be less power than simply playing a Dr. Doom, but sometimes you need to go a little taller than Dr. Doom will allow you to go. Magneto is also excellent for when you're looking to clog up your opponent's lanes. You are able to do things like that fairly reasonably, and this is still just a very big, very useful guy. There is something in me that makes me wonder if, maybe this could be a Goliath, maybe something else, but I feel like what I want is something that goes tall when I need something to go tall. And Magneto just simply goes taller than a lot of the other utility 6s, which is what makes him useful in this deck to me. All right, y'all, thank you so much for checking out this video. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know how the deck did for you in the comments. And as always, I have been KM Best. You have been phenomenal. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. They don't instant destroyer the mid. Please don't fuck me, Flintar. Am I just supposed to snap this? I don't fucking know. Probably. Can we triple Nexus? I think we're way more likely to get rid of all of them. Are we gonna even win this game? Hopefully, yes. Love it. That's a big-ass dagger play, dude. The only thing this deck does, once again, is just fucking legioning people. It's the only thing we do. We do nothing other than legion people. Fucking zero other things ever. Remember, I am still a Dr. Doom deck. I like having power. Piece of shit. Most decks like having power. They snap me. Why did they snap me? What the hell is going on? I'm sure it's something realistic, but like, what the fuck? The hood. Oh, no. Well, that's not good. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, sure. The one time I actually get that. Awesome. Surely we just never get shit on here, right? Surely it just never goes into Kamartak. And we can always Doom next turn. Why not just play 2 cards? Because I have 2 Doom 2090. A non-Legion win? We'll see. Get like a Goliath or some shit, you know what I mean? Any number of dumb bullshit things can happen to me here. But that said, if this does work, it is so fucked. If this Dr. Doom goes off, it is so fucked up. You probably beat Goliath anyway. It's possible, depending on the Doom bots. Like I don't know, the fucking guy, the fucking Mr. -2, -3, you know, US agent kind of shit that can happen to me here. That's probably not good. That's a good hit for it, though. That's a bad hit for it, though. We're gonna be okay, though. This wins. It wins every lane, I believe. I'll take it. It ended up going middle, which is our worst possible. Surely I'll draw a 4-drop. Okay, never mind. It won't matter. Lucas. Atria. Oh, that's getting Red Guardian. Actually, do I hold on the Red Guardian? Because that can come down last. They snap me. Just in case they have, like, Cosmo or something. Sure, yeah. Oh, buddy. That ain't gonna do it. Off the mark. Thank you for the tier 1. Thank you so much. Dude, what are you doing? Stop roping turn 1, my man. Stop roping turn 1 with your name intentionally changed to make fun of me. What the fuck is your problem? Gotta think real hard about playing it. This person is named Conclisian. That's... alright. Okay. Alright. I have the Psylocke into Doom. I might as well. Oh, it's Dara? Did Dara change his name? Holy shit. I thought Kunk was one of his mods. I thought... first of all, Dara plays this game. Second of all, Lamau. Third of all, I'm scared of the things that are happening here. Surely I don't immediately eat shit here. Surely I don't eat heinous shit here. Surely I get to a loot cage at some point here. Hello there. Maybe we'll both get 1,000,000 boosters. My God, look at those boosters. Look at the size of those boosters. Look at the size of those boosters. It does stack now? Correct. It does stack now. We stacking. We stacking. Stacks. Yo! That's so good. That's so many Doom boosters. What is that? 6 times... It's 48 boosters for a card I actually wanted 48 boosters on. I fucking popped off. 48 Doom boosters? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, they changed it to make it stacks. They changed it to make it stack. 48 Doom boosters. Now I feel bad for flaming Dara, but I thought it was the other guy. I thought it was the other guy, and now I'm a dick in public. Okay, there's so many good hits here. Please just don't pick Psylocke. Like, everything else is so fucking busted. That'll work. Starting beef with a Marvel rival streamer? True. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have snapped. Why am I beefing with a Marvel rival streamer anyway? Real. That's my fault. What would tilt him if he's in Marvel Rivals now? Hela and Hawkeye are busted in Rivals, right? They're like super fucked up. Penny's really good. Mantis is really good. Am I right about that? Who knows stuff about Marvel Rivals here? Hela causing problems in Rivals too. Yeah, she's like the big DPS that everyone hates. Battle Hoss. What a name. Battle Hoss. Holy shit. What deck would you recommend to do the Bruce Banner? Don't have Bruce Banner, will need a sub. Marvel Snap players are so cool. Tell us so good she gets banned in top level play. Yeah, she's like strong as hell. Oh look. It's me. Well, that ain't good. Holy shit. Surely this is just Doom 2099, right? Surely this is just Doom 2099, and then we play our other Doom 2099, and then we just pop off, right? Fuck. Well, we've died. Yeah, man, I'm not even gonna stay for this. Our only win condition, nice GG on your turn 3 Wiccan. I'm sure that was a good game that we very much enjoyed being part of. Bro GGing a turn 3 Wiccan. Like, yep. I guess if that's how you define good game, you got it, buddy. You got it, buddy. Is this the best Doom deck? No, I don't think so. Captain Marvel, huh? Question is if it's worth it, because like it's not like they're gonna be actually going in for this middle lane, right? So all we're doing really is just making things annoying, hopefully. Go left. Doom has to go left. Oh! Oh, that actually saves me so much trouble. Wait, no it doesn't. It loses me the game. Now their Captain Marvel goes middle? Jesus Christ. Doombot 2099 had to go left! It had to go left. Come on, man. We keep losing another 50-50 loss, man. Another fucking 50-50 loss. So if we just played the Doctor Doom, we win, for the record. Like, if we just done that. Oh, come on, man. Now I just am forced to retreat because we played our Zabu on the wrong location 3 turns ago. Lost that 50-50 too. Why can I not win a fucking 50-50 today, dude? Jesus Christ. We just keep losing them. This is so ass. Bro. I don't think I've ever been this unlucky for this consistent of a time period. Like, I'm just getting unfucking lucky, dude. You ready for me to not draw a 4-drop? We did a 4-drop. Holy shit. We're going crazy? Maybe we'll get another one? Is that too much to ask for? It was too much to ask for. I'm gonna regret doing that, I'm sure. Yep, I regret doing that. All right, I mean... here's some dudes. I'm getting halad. KM snap? Why do you want me to snap? What? They have a Hell Cow and an Infinite already gone, brother. If I'd snapped, I would have lost, Husky. Or at least this Hydra Bob would have been 50-50 to lose me the game. Maybe it's literally Penny Parker. Fucking Deadpool deck on Death's Domain? Alright. Not snapping it. Deadpool deck on Death's Domain? Alright. Wait. Do I just win this because I have the card Doctor Doom? Surely not, right? Zola null beats you. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, like, do they have Zola? That worries me. But it's fine, surely. That's not a Zola! Holy shit. What a game of Marvel Snap. Not to be in. It's Doom with some Sage and Ape and stuff. That sounds awful. Man, I could turn Mr. Negative. I'd be popping off. Do it. I'm worried they got my Doom 2099, which is a huge fucking problem if they did. Maybe they got my Legion. My Doom 2099 and my Legion are my big concerns here. Yeah, they didn't get my Legion, which is really good. Now we can just start working our way through this shit. Snap. I want to see if they have my fucking Doom first. Maybe that's very stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too greedy here. They got my loot cage, which does suck, but we are moving their entire population to Fisk Tower next turn. Too bad they have cage. Yeah, I mean, that's my loot cage. It'll be like that, unfortunately. Sick Doom. So my last card is Vision. They got my loot cage and my Doom. Yeah, I mean, we'll take it. Every game is fucking Legion scamming a Magic deck.